After a 4-hour-long meeting between the core committee and NSC and IM leaders, TR Zeliang stated that the committee has requested NSC and IM to continue with the talks as only through talks a settlement can take place. Neighbor Konu also stated that committee will meet with Government of India and might need the neutral support of NEDA convener Hemonto Biswa Sarma. Amidst a renewed push for a solution to the Naga political issue, the Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland or NSC and IM calls for an emergency National Assembly at GHQ Church Naga Army on May 31. Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee, following the Udaipur Nav Sankalp declaration, is set to conduct state-level workshop to work out an execution plan. Keteria stated that the workshop would discuss the dangers and the threats India is facing and evolve the idea for a new Nagaland. Central government requests citizens of India to only share masked copies of their Aadhaar cards to prevent misuse. Union Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology also ordered unlicensed private entities such as hotels and film halls not to collect or keep copies of Aadhaar card. Tara Air 9 NAET twin-engine aircraft in Nepal went missing with 22 people on board, including 4 Indians. Nepal government have deployed 2 private helicopters from Mustang and Pokhara for the search of the missing aircraft. I'm Rinki Gogoi and you're watching Nagaland TV News Now. Let's see more of the news in details. Now, after returning from the recent negotiations in Delhi, the co-convener of the Parliamentary Core Committee on Naga political issue, TR Zeliang, on Saturday said that the panel interacted with the leaders of NSC and IM and maintained that the faction wanted to stop peace talks with the government of India. Notably, Zeliang, during an interaction with the media after the 4-hour-long meeting between the core committee of the Parliamentary Committee on Naga political issue and NSC and IM leaders at Rhododendron Hall Police Complex in Chumukidima, said that they requested the NSC and IM to continue with the talks as only through talks a settlement can take place. In this regard, Zeliang also said that they will request the Government of India to invite the NSC and IM for further negotiation. It may be mentioned that the member secretary of the core committee, Neighbor Konu, said that they had a very good, lengthy and fruitful discussion during its emergency meet on May 28. Konu also revealed that they would meet the central leaders after some time and that they might need the support of Northeast Democratic Alliance convener and Chief Minister Assam, Hemonto Biswa Sarma, as it is better if someone speaks for the Government of India or the Naga people.
Today's meeting, we have interaction with NSC and IM because they have gone to Delhi. After AK Mishra visit to Nagaland, they have gone back to Delhi and they have started the negotiation with Government of India. But last week, they have come back from Delhi saying that they will not have any further negotiation. So we have interacted with them and we requested them that the talk should continue and only through talks this settlement can take place. So we requested them and we are going to request Government of India also to invite them for further negotiation. That was the outcome of today's meeting. Yeah, but we will convey whatever we have discussed today and the mutual understanding that we have to arrive and tell the Government of India to invite them for further negotiation. So they'll wait for that.
We had a very good discussion, a very lengthy discussion, a very fruitful discussion, and we are hopeful that through a very good understanding, we may bring a solution as early as possible. As I've said earlier, also that we are becoming closer and closer, And then we are sending a good message even to the government of India also. And then government of India also, they have come to understand our position better, and we have come to understand each other better and better. So now, after some time, we will meet again the representative, the government, the leaders, the government of India, and we may need the support of this Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Northeast this Democratic Alliance convener. Yes, so this is what we have discussed also, and then today's discussion was one of the best discussion. We had discussed more than 4 hours. Very good discussion. I'm quite happy.
Following the Udaipur NAV Sankalp declaration, Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee is set to conduct state-level workshop to work out an execution plan. Notably, the execution plan will be worked out with NPCC officials, PCC members, frontals, cell and other departments. NPCC President K. Theria stated that the workshop would discuss the dangers and threats India is facing and would also dwell more on the new idea of India and also evolve the idea for a new Nagaland. Theria added that they have lost 20 years of budget in the drain with huge debt and deficit. Theria further opined that Nagaland needed a strong and honest government and that the people should stop taking bribes. And Justice Songchup Chang Serto laid the foundation stone of District Court Complex at Noklak on Saturday. Serto, while addressing the gathering, said that it took a year and a half to come and lay a foundation in Noklak due to the pandemic that hit the entire world. He further mentioned that it is a big challenge to set up or establish institutions in Northeast as the states do not have funds, due to which one have to look at the central government. Furthermore, Justice Kakheto Sema thanked the special guest for coming and laying the foundation stone in Noklak and also stated that Noklak has come in the map of judicial headquarters, while he also mentioned that court and legal services will soon come into form. Now here, Peg police station personnel on Saturday seized illegal Indian-made foreign liquor from Peg town while conducting routine vehicle check at Forest Colony. Notably, the police personnel intercepted one Maruti Swift Desire coming to Peg town and on checking recovered 11 cases of MC rum and 3 cases of Kingfisher beer and 4 cases of AC black whiskey from the vehicle. Furthermore, the persons on board the vehicle, identified as one Meshitu Mekru and one Futsupe Mekru from Losami village, were arrested. It is to be mentioned that a case under Nltv Act has been registered against the duo and further investigations are currently underway. Amidst a renewed push for a solution to the Naga political issue, the Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagaland, or NSCNIM, has called for an emergency National Assembly at GHQ Church of Naga Army on May 31. Notably, the MIP of NSCNIM informed in a press release issued on May 28 that all the concerned national workers from the categories and ranks as mentioned are required to attend the assembly positively. Notably, the program will commence at 10:30 a.m. with opening prayer and silent prayer in honor of the martyrs, prior to which registration will take place at 9:30 a.m. Following which, the chairman of the faction will deliver a speech and then the General Secretary T.H. Muiva will deliver the political talks. The prestigious Naga Wrestling Mania 9 King of the Ring Series 2022 under the ages of 3 in Nagaland will be held from October 20 to 2022 at Hockey Ground at Indira Gandhi Stadium in Kohima. Announcing this during a press conference on Friday, 3E Managing Director Ketositjo Mefo said that the championships will be held in two categories, lightweight championships and heavyweight championships. Notably, 16 each of the top wrestlers in both the categories will compete for the final series, King of the Ring Championships. Ketositjo also informed that separate cash prizes will be awarded for all the series with a total of over rupees 5 lakhs and bonuses from pay-per-view and telecast rights. It may also be noted that the registrations will start from June 20 and may close on the date depending on the number of registered wrestlers. Limited to 60 in each series. Registration forms will be available at Orchid Store, Razu Point, Sports World Taxi Stand and TMK Market High School Junction. Well, in the ongoing fourth edition of the Kohima Super Cup 2022, the Barak Football Club defeated G Sports FC to enter the final on Saturday. Notably, the Kohima Super Cup 2022 is going on at Indira Gandhi Stadium, playing the first semi-final match. Barak FC won against G Sports FC by 5-3 via the tiebreaker as the teams were locked in 3-3 draw during the play. It may be mentioned that the second semi-final match will be played between Newmarket FC versus Yome FC on May 29 at 2:30 p.m. Moving on to the national level, Aam Aadmi Party on Saturday nominated two Padma Shri awardees as candidates for the Rajya Sabha polls from Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party has fielded environmental activist Baba Balbir Singh Sechawal and businessman turned philanthropist Vikramjit Singh Sahni for the Rajya Sabha polls. Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann further took down to Twitter and announced that the decision has been taken and he extended his best wishes. Meanwhile, the term of two Rajya Sabha members from Punjab, Ambika Soni from Congress and Balwinder Singh Bhunder from Shiromani Akali Dal is set to conclude on July 4. And now, as shortages raise concerns about renewed power outages, state-run Coal India, the world's largest coal miner, will import the fuel for use by utilities. Notably, a power ministry letter seen by a media house showed on Saturday that it will be the first time since 2015 that Coal India will be importing fuel. Furthermore, the Federal Power Ministry in a letter dated on May 28 said that Coal India would import coal from blending on government-to-government basis and supply and to thermal power plants of state generators and independent power producers. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to announce scholarship schemes for children orphaned by the COVID-19 pandemic on May 30. Modi will also hand over checks to them. Notably, the event will be held as part of a massive public outreach campaign from May 30 to June 14 to mark the 8th anniversary of the Modi government. Well, that's another straw before the polls. Now, the Yogi Adityanath-led Uttar Pradesh government on Saturday stated that no female worker can be bound to do night shift in factories across the state. In order to provide a safe environment for women at the workplace, the government took down the decision, and notably, no female worker shall be bound to work without her written consent before 6 a.m. and after 7 p.m. The authorities will have to provide free transportation, food and sufficient supervision if working during the aforementioned hours. In addition, if the woman worker refuses to work, she will not be terminated from employment. Well, there was a laudable act from the Yogi government. Now, the Bihar government has decided to give permission for the exploration of the country's largest gold reserve in Jamui district. Meanwhile, the State Mines and Geology Department is in consultations with agencies engaged in exploration, including Geological Survey of India and the National Mineral Development Corporation for exploration of gold reserves in Jamui. Notably, the consultation process has started after analyzing the Geological Survey of India's findings, which indicated the presence of gold in Karmatia, Jaja and Sono in Jamui district. As per reports, the Bihar government is likely to sign a memorandum of understanding with a central agency or agencies for G3 stage exploration within a month's time. As per the National Mineral Inventory, the total resources of primary gold ore in the country as on 1st April 2015 has been estimated at 501.83 million tons with 654.74 tons of gold metal. Out of this, Bihar is endowed with 44% of 222.885 million tons of gold reserve containing 37.6 tons of mineral-rich ore. Union Minister of Mines Prahlad Joshi informed that Lok Sabha last year, Bihar holds the highest share of India's gold reserves. And a group of girls wearing hijab were not allowed to attend classes in Mangalore University on Saturday. This comes after the university decided on Friday, as per the ruling of Karnataka High Court on March 15, not to allow hijab inside classrooms. In a video surfaced on Saturday morning, the principal of Mangalore University College, Anusua Rai, has been seen counseling the girls and trying to convince them regarding the need for attending the classes without the headscarf. Later, the university sent back the girls who came into the university wearing hijabs. Very unwelcoming. Now, India reported 2,828 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative infection tally to 4,31,53,043. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare informed on Sunday, notably, how the country's active caseload stands at 17,087, which accounts for 0.04% of the total positive cases. Meanwhile, the death count climbed to 5,24,586, which knew 14 fatalities in the last 24 hours. It is to be mentioned that the national COVID-19 recovery rate now stands at 98.74%. With that, people are expected to be vigilant, and a small passenger plane operated by a private airline in Nepal went missing on Sunday with 22 people on board, including 4 Indians. Notably, the Tara Air 9 NAET twin-engine aircraft lost contact while flying from the tourist town of Pokhara, some 200 kilometers northwest of the capital, to Jomson, about 80 kilometers to the northwest. It is to be mentioned that the aircraft, which was on 15 minutes scheduled flight, lost contact shortly after takeoff at 9:55 a.m. local time. Meanwhile, the Chief District Officer Netra Prasad Sharma, while talking to ANI, said that the aircraft was seen over the sky of Jomson in Mustang district and then had diverted to Mount Dhaulagiri, after which it hadn't come into contact. Meanwhile, the Nepal government has notified that they have deployed 2 private helicopters from Mustang and Pokhara for the search for the missing aircraft. Furthermore, Nepal Army chopper is also being prepared to be deployed for the search operation. It is to be mentioned that the aircraft was hosting 4 Indians and 3 Japanese nationals. The remaining were Nepalese citizens, and the aircraft had 23 passengers, including the crew. In the international level, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Saturday discussed defense support for Ukraine over a phone call. Notably, they talked about strengthening defense support for Ukraine and intensifying work on security guarantees. Furthermore, the Ukrainian leader informed that the parties also touched upon the issue of supplying fuel for Ukraine amidst the energy crisis. It may be mentioned that earlier this month, Johnson announced that the British government will provide £1.3 billion in military and aid for Ukraine. That's all for news now. We will bring more updates for you. Keep watching Nagaland TV. So Manolagawas.
Hey, you haven't started yet?
It's very low quality water tank.
Just shut up. The shopkeeper has given us 5 years of guarantee.
Or forget 5 years. Drinking water from this tank can be very dangerous. Inside surface is also not plain, smooth and pure white. Why don't you do one thing? Install a Nipco